Bam. Going live. Welcome to the show tonight, everybody. Pro Se Legal School. We provide the tools. You do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and tonight's stream, we are going to cover what you need to know if you're facing a show cause hearing. And we got a couple of people facing that, and that's why we came up with this situation. But before we get started on that, now my voice sounds a little funny tonight. I think of my allergies or something, but I'm here and I'm ready to go. I don't know how to go sit down. So we're going to get it rolling. Before we get started on all of that, I don't know if you guys seen the post that I just posted a little while ago. We got a new review in. And I'm just going to post it in the link here because I have a copy and paste it in here. It's from Suzette. So I took her last name out and stuff because, I really didn't get permission to post it. So I think I'm good, but I took her last name out and her identifying information because no one needs to see that right now. And if she wants people to know, she'll come forward on her own. When she wants to. So, and that's how we do that. Not everybody wants to come forward because of the situation or whatever, and I get it. I appreciate this big time because now other people can see, and this is pretty cool. Now they're sending her default papers, so on the $5.5 million lawsuit. And so that's where she's at. Court sending her default papers. Attorneys could not respond, and this in California too. So that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass because the people in California have been getting pushed around a lot by these bar members, running everybody out of their houses and turning their houses into condos and Airbnbs and all this fancy shit while people are living on the street. And I'm not kidding. I watched some YouTube videos on this when I was studying to do this stuff. And I know everybody tells me it's bad where you're at. In California, it's bad. So this is what I'm going to tell you. When you think it's bad in your state, okay, this is what I use to determine what I think is bad. In California, the state of California they made a new job and hired people and paid them $85,000 a year to drive around and clean up, off of the sidewalks and off of the gutter and clean up from the homeless camps where people, that's all they do is drive around, clean up shit. I mean, I'm just, so that's, I don't know if there's another state that is at that level, but I think California is top of the list for me for being the worst. So it's really gratifying to me to see that she got this done. And the really good part of one of the really good parts of this review is that she mentioned in it that she was glad Hey, Gino, what's up? Welcome to the show tonight, buddy. So one of the things that was real cool is that Suzette mentioned in her review, she thanked me for being tough on her. Thank you, Suzette. I appreciate that. And I put this program together. We're changing, and we're changing not all the time like we were, but we are making some changes here and there. And I'll tell you, I know what it takes to be successful in my program. And so if I'm giving you a hard time, it's because you're not getting it done. Okay, it's because you're not getting it done. Now, no offense against Suzette, because she was not getting it done. She came in ready to rock and roll. Just she was in a hurry because she was facing the situation or whatever, and she understood, and especially now she understands there's no need to be in a hurry. When you rush around in a damn hurry, okay, you're rushing around in a hurry to do shit in their conventional program. When you're rushing around in a hurry, all fear, scared, or whatever, that's what the hell they want you to do because you screw up shit. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, when you get the first punch in, you're going to take over. I mean, when you add the state and you add the judge who the state's paying to take your property or to throw your ass in jail, and you add the attorney or the prosecutor who signed, oh, that's a game. That's some game changing shit right there. I'm just saying. And I think I'm pointing to Suzette's I review. Yeah, I think she's saying the same thing too. So that's pretty. And there's going to be more. Actually, there are, but not everybody wants to step up. But there's going to be more people stepping up because this is not like a fluke. Okay, Suzette studied the updated instructional video, all of them, not just the first one that we did when we moved the case, and then the second one we stopped moving the case, and then the third and fourth one we had additional things that we started doing that we needed to do or whatever. So if you watch the first instructional video, updated instructional video, and the instructional video for the lawsuit package, you're still going to be like, yeah, you're still going to be like chasing your ass. You have to watch all of the updates. Okay, the updates come in from real-time feedback from badasses using my stuff without fear. Okay, and those updates are important, and that's why we have them. And if you and here's the thing, the way my program is structured, we shouldn't have the same problem. If you guys are having the same damn problem, then I ain't doing my job. I'm just going to say, if you're having the same problem over and over, I'm not doing my job. There's a problem. There's a problem over here in the coaches room. So that's the way I roll, and subsequently, eventually, actually, all of those leads, okay, there are less problems, and it's going to be way more people like Suzette who got her stuff and just in a few days is doing what she needed to get done. And now they're sending her to the default. So I'm not sure how that's going to go down, Suzette, but I because this is, most of the time they just walk away and leave you, and people are happy to get. Some people are just happy to be left the hell alone, and those people, a percentage of them, end up fighting again later because they sell the debt and some other asshole. Okay, you see how that goes. Okay, and some people are pushing the issue to get their deed, which is what you should be doing. This whole process should be about getting your deed removed from their office. And there's another document in their office that they file that you need to get removed. And then you need to have them clean up your credit and contact Zillow and all of that stuff to make sure that these things. And somebody's ass need to pay your legal team. Because if it was the other way around and they made you go sit down and give up after you filed your stuff, I'm pretty sure that they would make sure that that you that you paid their legal fees, their trumped up legal fees. Well, actually, they wouldn't be trumped up if you're using my stuff. Oh, yeah, but I'm sure they would add. Okay, you get what I'm saying. Okay, guys, when you come from Facebook, go to this link here and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook username or you show as Facebook user when you post a comment. So I'm just going to leave that up there for a minute so that you guys can go there so we can see who we are. Thank you, Facebook user. What is your name? And the patience is, see, what they want is for you to hurry, and they're in a hurry. But they're in a hurry for a different reason. They're in a hurry because they got a lot of shit they're taking from people, and they don't have enough time to get it all. So that's why they're in a hurry. They want you to be in a hurry so you can screw up shit and continue working in their conventional program. So when they get around to your ass, you see how that goes. When they get around to your ass, they'll be ready to finish you off. Oh, okay, Veronica. Yes, I know who she is. Veronica invested in the prosecutor eliminated package, and that package is well, she has nothing to say about it. Oh, she did a great job. Used that package to get done what needed to be done, and that's all I gotta say about that. And thank you, Veronica, for investing and putting up with me. I think it worked out very well for you and your friend. So yeah, and we're gonna have more people getting shit done because we're making the changes so that people are not putting up with the same shit that other people have or people do who don't have my program. So let's get on. Thank you, Tino. Yeah, Veronica did a great job, and she used that package to get a friend out of jail. And basically, it was. I think they had a lot of fun. Whenever her friend called her, we had her reading some of the package to a friend and letting them know what our strategy, what her legal team strategy was, what his legal team strategy was, and that was to let them know that that we're going to add the state. Because the state is going after them without an injured party. We're adding the judge because the judge is getting paid by the state, and the judge is going after them with an injured party. And we're adding the prosecutor because the prosecutor don't have it. Yeah, it didn't take them long to get him here and to get the hell out of jail. And what people don't get is, okay, no, it's not about case law or proving anything. Okay, it's about the facts. When you whoop their ass with the facts, there's no going to the case law. Oh, there's no case law when you whop their ass with the facts, and so that's what we do. So let's get on with what we came to talk about tonight. I'm going to take this banner thing off here now. I'm going to put that one out so people can see the website for any new people who are just tuning in or tune in to this after it's recorded. There's the website where you can get the fire you need to have them send you your uh, your uh, your default papers. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about the things you need to know if you're facing a show cause hearing. And Daryl, one of our coaches, is facing the show cause hearing now. Daryl's badass, and he has like 9 lawsuits filed in federal court. And one of or a couple of them, I don't know, One of the things that he's addressing is the city officials who refuse to step down from being a city official and follow the laws for the city officials, so nobody else can get in there and be a city official. I love it. Anyway, so if you're facing a show cause hearing, the main reason why you're facing a show cause hearing, more likely than not, is because there's a defect in your pleading. That's never one reason. Or the judge is helping them. Or it could be both. Could be a defect and the judge could be helping them. So the first thing coach did was, his pleading was defective, but we're not gonna like make him run any laps for that shit because you you jump in here and you do the best you can with what you got. And then when you're figuring out what you got and getting it, then you got to figure some, you got to figure some other shit out. Hey, Jen. Yeah, Jen's, I think that's Jen. I think, yeah, we talked and she's kind of having a computer technical problem. And I wish I could help her with that, but I can't. And I can barely do my own stuff. I'm serious. Sometimes it takes me half a day to figure it out. But I'll tell you, YouTube, you can go to YouTube and you can learn how to do anything on YouTube. I am not shitting you. You can go to YouTube and you can learn how to do anything on YouTube. So that's a suggestion for you. Go to YouTube and search for videos you need to do what you need to get done. Now, the challenge is correcting your pleading or correcting the defect before the judge starts helping the people go home, like he did with Daryl. And what they do is the judge will screw with you and give you and make it look like they're giving you like a little bit the whole time they're pulling the rug off from underneath you, but they're just doing it real slow. So they want to trick you into believing that the judge is fair and that he's protecting your rights. I won't say due process because if the judge is protecting your due process rights, they wouldn't be having you in an administrative hearing. So the first thing to do if you're facing this situation, most people in the situation are going to get a motion to dismiss under Rule 12B for failure to state a claim. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in that. I have 4 or 5 videos, maybe 6 on that now. So you can go to the to my YouTube channel and search on how to state a claim, or you can go and search one how to stop the judge. I have just the different playlist comes up when you search for things. So you want to go and search for that, and you need to first off, let's just start at the gate. First off, the way you smash any judge's order is by attacking it, filing a demand for reconsideration, and then a notice of claim against the judge because the judge did not make their ruling based on the conclusions of law and a fact of finding. Fact of finding and a conclusions of law. Anytime a decision or order is put out by the judge and a decision is made by the judge before they put out the order, and you don't have a copy of the judge's facts of findings and conclusions of law, you're in an administrative hearing. You're in a damn administrative hearing, and you cannot appeal. You can't appeal shit if you don't have a fact of finding and conclusions of law. You can object to stuff, and they'll play around with you, but that's what's missing. So I would object right out the gate if the judge's order the judge placed an order against my challenging challenging your document for under Rule 12B. I would just go ahead and jam that order up because it doesn't have fact of finding conclusions of law. It doesn't have the necessary elements to make it a judicial order. Now, with that said, well, then file your notice of claim against a judge or whatever. Now, with that said, you still have to respond to them saying that your document failed to state a claim. Now, and this is why I tell you to learn how to state a claim. Because if you bought my document, it's structured to state a claim. But they lie when their mouth moves. So, you know, they're going to lie. They're going to lie and they're going to go for broke all the time because they're used to the friend judge helping them. You know, the one that's getting sued, the one that's missing in action. Yeah. And they're used to their friend, all the, So they're going to lie when their mouth moves. Now, other thing that we do is we don't answer to the judge. Okay, we don't answer to them. When you do that, or if you allow them to okay, I didn't know how the hell that. We don't answer. If you answer, you're giving up all of this shit that you got over here that you invested in to shove in their face. You're giving all that up. How are you giving it up? You're giving it up because if you answer, then the judge gets to make a ruling. What do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? If you answer, the judge is going to get to make a ruling. So we don't answer. Even if you're facing a foreclosure and they serve you a petition or whatever, we don't answer. Get your lawsuit and shove it in their face. If you read the rules for answering in the civil rules of procedure, you'll find out that you don't have to answer if you have defenses. I call them offenses because we don't be on defense. Okay, you can't win shit with defense. Yeah. We have offenses. So if you have offenses, you can throw right in their face and you don't have to worry about answering to their shit. So you're 42 USC. Yeah, I file that in state court. Yeah, that federal lawsuit that I put together, you need to file in state court after you add the state and yeah, I don't know about Younger versus Harris, but it sounds like the same concept they use on the Rooker and Feldman doctrine, where they say that that the federal court can't be used as an appeals court. So I'm going to assume that's what you're saying here. But the problem with that is that people freak out and don't take the time to go read the shit so they'll understand it. If they did, they would figure out that they're not the stinking plaintiff in state court. Yeah, that bullshit that they stick in people's face is for the plaintiffs in state court, so the plaintiff can't go and whine in federal court after they lose. That's what it's for. It wasn't hell. Every state you have 3 to 5 years to file for wrongful foreclosure, and when you file under the fraud statute of fraud, you can bring it in anytime. For my stuff is structured anytime under 15 years. Okay, you can bring it anytime under 15 years, challenging the jurisdiction. But we don't do that up front anymore because that allowed them to. Yeah. So, okay, so that's why we don't move it anymore. When you file your 42 USC 1983 federal lawsuit in federal court against the state court players, you're not intervening. You're filing a lawsuit in federal court with a case number. You're serving the parties. It has shit to do with state court. So that's no offense to you, but that's weak. They would not be good. Yeah. So when you get around to this Harris versus Younger versus Harris. See, here's the thing. Their case law they structured for their statutes. Their statutes are not valid laws. The statutes are not valid laws because they don't contain enacting clauses, they don't have titles, or they don't have a body. They don't have any of the three elements that are necessary to be a valid law according to the Constitution and the federal law. So statutes and codes are not valid laws. They are not valid laws. So this Younger versus Harris bullshit, I don't know. I didn't know. That has nothing to do with the statute that they're using to foreclose on you not being a valid law. Okay, Younger versus Harris don't have anything to do with the fact that the state committed real estate deed fraud when they failed to deliver your deed to your house, like it says in the law that they're supposed to do. Okay, so yeah, and I'm sure Younger versus Harris don't address the fact that that deed fraud situation, or them registering your deed in their office, allowed the first illegal lien to be put on your property. And the first illegal lien was a mortgage lien. There, I said it. It was the mortgage lien. Think about this: if there were several people on property before they could take out a lien on that property, all the owners have to be present to sign. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted your signature on that shit shows that you owned it already, and I smell stink. Oh, so now you've added the state, and the state committed real estate deed fraud. The state also violated counterfeiting laws when they made a copy of that security and then mailed it to your house to make you think it was the original. Yeah, people tell me, "Oh, I got my original." You dudes, you don't have shit. Okay. I paid cash. Yeah, you did, but your shit was in the office before you got involved with the property. So there you go. Unless you got them, unless you forced them, So yeah, they're not wanting federal court to intervene, and this is why we don't move cases anymore. We don't move cases because they start calling each other and screwing around. So you just sue the state, you sue the judge, and you sue the prosecutor, whoever in federal court. There's no intervening. You have a lawsuit filed in federal court, and if they don't do the right shit, you can add their ass to your. That's what you have to do. Anytime you let them smack your face and you don't do shit about it, you might as well go throw your own shit out or put the handcuffs on yourself. So, yeah, we can talk about this on Facebook page because that's a little long right there. And they don't really have that much time to go into all of that. I know what they're doing, have the authority to do what they're doing. So, yeah, Dean done some beating down too, and the prosecutor didn't want to release his stuff, and so he done some more stuff. Oh man, there's so many big creative ideas that we were coming up with they wouldn't release Dean's boat and I think his truck. So I told him he need to put a Les Pennis lien on the damn lake where he likes to go fishing at. Maybe he can own that damn thing. Think big, baby. Think big. And then you figure out a way to make it happen. That's how we roll around here. Okay, so one of the other things that we wanted to talk about, that we wanted to cover, is that we never amend. We don't answer and we don't amend. We don't do the A shit. I'm just saying, we don't amend. If you have to make changes, then what I suggest is you go to the Federal Rules Civil Procedure and you go to the amendment section where you learn the rules for amending. But remember, we're not going to amend. Scroll all the way down to the very bottom, right before the little tiny ass number, and you'll see something that says supplemental pleadings. You can file a supplemental pleading as long as you add a body, or you add a count, or you add a body. Oops, the wrong finger. And and a count. And they have to be connected to the original reason why you're there whooping their ass. So for me, that's easy, because if you don't have any extra body, you add the clerk's ass. You know, the one that's been giving you shit, not filing your stuff. And then add another count of conspiracy. Oh, yeah. I like to add conspiracy always. When you add conspiracy, now they can't nitpick your ass with the failure to state a claim shit. Okay? They can't. If you have, there's a few things you have to have, but if you have those things, they can't nitpick you. Because the biggest thing that they try to do with the state of claim is they try to pretend that they're confused and they don't know what counts are pointed to who, whatever. So you just add conspiracy to that shit. And that's what they do to us. And you can be a conspirator even if you don't realize that there's a situation that you're being conspiratation to. I think I made up a couple of new words there. Yeah, so that's how you get around all that, because if they're conspirators to do all the stuff, then they're all going to have all the counts. So there's not going to be any division of the counts, and that's what you want, because you want all of them to be held accountable for the mortgage fraud shit that you got in the mortgage fraud lawsuit package, like Suzette is using, because those people on the bottom end of the pole down there with their foot still in the shit that haven't made no money yet, you only need to have one of them bail. Oh, wait, the judge is already bailing. Oh, so we don't waste no time doing an amendment, and it doesn't the supplemental, and it doesn't have any. It's you can only file one or five or whatever. No. Yeah, I'm sure you can keep figuring out people to add to your stuff. Now, one of the things Coach did that was kind of brought this to attention was he had 8 people on his original lawsuit, and so, you know, a lot of times having that many people is because you're emotionally grumpy about it or whatever, or frustrated because they're kicking your ass. I don't know, something, but we don't add that many people. We always reserve the right to amend. And if you need to add somebody, you can. I don't care. We just do the reserve the right to amend because we like to add it the way they want to say it. We don't tell them that we're going to do a supplemental plea. We don't tell them that, because the amendment's the only way they know. So they're gonna, like they did in my sister's case, they had their document filed to object to my amendment, because they thought that they knew that I was going to file an amendment, and then we filed a supplemental plea and bam, blew their ass out of the water. Yeah. So, oh, yes, right. I can't talk about my sister's case. So, never file an amendment. Supplemental pleading. Learn how to do that so you can get around their BS. Now, and I had this conversation with the coach as well. If you're thinking about just throwing in the towel to refile, please be advised. Okay, that's not the way this works. They set up this program, and when you do that shit, you're working in their conventional program. So I can tell you right now, that's not going to. Okay, this is what I would do if it was the other way around. And I got like 70 people dismissed, and the last person we got, and it's, you know, we got on the hook, and the judge is on my side, and I already told your ass to go get some shit and bring to the table, because I'm going to throw this shit out the window. So if you're thinking about giving up, then I'm going to just tell the court that you gave up. All those other 7 people shouldn't even been here. So you obviously didn't know what the hell you were doing. So I'm going to demand that you order the case to be dismissed with prejudice, so they can't bring this shit back up in my face and figure out how to use the stuff that they have. So that's what would happen, in my opinion, if if you just give up instead of continuing what you got filed. Now, I've been telling people to don't connect my stuff with what you were doing or whatever. And I say that to most people because most people don't have the skills that this coach has that's doing this. Okay. They don't. Most people don't have those skills. But hey, if you're already in court in their crap, I never really thought about this much, but my skills come in real handy to smash smash their stuff. If you filed your case and they're kicking your ass, well, maybe you need to do what coach is doing now, do a supplemental pleading and come in with my mortgage fraud lawsuit and wipe their ass. Yeah, you can change now. Well, they're going, oh, well, wait, this ain't the same. Well, you did a supplemental pleading. So you supplemented your pleading. This was the supplement of your plea. Oh, yeah, I love it when we can take their stuff and shove it back in their face. 1-2 combination. Yep, supplemental pleading. So you never want to throw in the towel unless unless you think it's to your best interest. We're figuring out how to do this now. If it was me, I would finish. If you had opportunity to crush their case, then I would do that. But most of the time, this is like he filed his own lawsuit, and so this is a little different than having them come after you or whatever because you're the one that started this theoretically, this actual action, not the reason why you're there. Okay, they start that shit, and you're going to finish it. So in the normal situation, the judge is going to help the attorney send the defendants home one at a time or two at a time, but they're going to do it nice and slow while they're making you think that they're being fair. And if you give up, they're going to make you pay the attorney's fees and all of that. So correcting the pleading, we already went over that. You want to do the supplemental pleading. Anytime they file a Rule 12B motion against you, even if you smash the judge and add the judge or whatever, you must jam that up and demand reconsideration and point out that your pleading does state a claim and point out how it states a claim. And then I would jam the judge up, obviously, for following the local rules and not the federal rules of civil procedure. And then I would also jam the judge up, like we talked in the beginning, for not providing a fact of finding and conclusions of law to give you an opportunity to know how they came up with the stuff. Excuse me, with the stuff that they're trying to stick in your face. So the local rules are the rules that they come up with and pulled out of their hat. And the local rules violate your due process and civil rights. And the reason for the local rules, in my opinion, is to speed shit up in court, to hurry up and remember, we talked about that. That's what takes so long. They got so many people lined up to take their stuff and figuring out ways to streamline the program so that they can, And so like in Georgia, they have a master of equity judge. That's what they call him. And I'm like, I've never heard of that shit. I've been doing this for like a real long time. So I looked it up, and the master of equity judge that runs the foreclosure scam in Georgia is not a judge. He's an attorney, a bar member that's appointed by the city to handle municipal foreclosure. Oh, wait, municipal foreclosure. Municipal court gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance. Look it up. Google municipal clerk's manual for your state and look it up. They get their jurisdiction from the city ordinance. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Are you kidding me right now? When the hell can a corporation give itself judicial authority? Oh, it does all the time. And And then they pass these statutes and codes and ordinances that they jam your ass up for, throw you in jail, take your shit, and none of, okay. Yeah, you've been stomping them pretty good. And if I remember, you got foreclosed situation that you're stomping and getting stopped in different states. And that's the beauty of my program. The way we have it structured, we crush the state court process and we file your shit in federal court against state court players. After you add the state, the judge. Okay, I'm watching my fingers. And after you add the state, the judge, and the prosecutor or the attorney, someone sent me a text message. I'm doing live stream, phone, text message person. Do your homework. Oh, I say that too much. So the federal rules of civil procedure, those are the rules that everybody's supposed to be following, including those fools. And if you do this right, you won't, you won't have to, you'll be like Suzette and be like, you won't have to worry about this because my program is structured to crush the state court process. So once you add the state and you add the judge, you add those players to their own shit, it's a problem for them. And when you file your shit in federal court and drag their happy asses over here, after they get served and all the stuff is done, I would demand the federal court judge order them fools to settlement table. Because here's the thing, if and when they did not respond to the state court beatdown, they had no standing to be saying shit in federal court. That's what I would do. I would tell the judge, dude, I'm doing this in interest of preserving the court's resources because I care about the federal court. I care about the federal court's resources because I'm about to sue y'all ass and I want to make sure y'all got that money over there. Yeah. So that's how, if they can't respond to the state court beatdown, they got no standing to say shit in federal court. So I'm like, this is my nice, nifty little program to get the situation handled without a hearing. They got a program like that too. But I think mine's kicking their ass. I'm pretty sure it is. And I'll tell you right now, I get up here, I do some punching, and I'm talking some shit. But I'm going to just tell you right now, okay, I would not be here if it wasn't for the team. If it wasn't for the people who took the chance to file my stuff and got chased around by the police or whatever. If it wasn't for those people, I wouldn't know what I know. So thank you. And I hope that the people feel like that I paid it forward. And I think I do because my prices are very low, especially for the foreclosure stuff. And I don't take phone calls for the foreclosure stuff. The way this program works, if you have phone calls or questions after you look at the packages and the description, after you watch the instructional video, you're welcome to call me. After you enroll, after you invest in the program, any questions need to be messaged in Messenger. That's where I do the coaching. Now, some people email me, and it's okay. I don't check my emails all the time. I'm always on the computer, and I can see on Facebook. I can see a message come in. I use Messenger a lot because it allows me to be personal. It allows me to leave a comment, and I usually leave the window open. A lot of times I'll think of something 20 minutes or 30 minutes later. I can just go right back and stick it right in there. The beautiful part of this is that everything is left there for you to review when you have time. You leave the stuff there for me to review when I have time. So some people leave it and they call me. I just message you. Well, if I didn't get it, I didn't message you back. I'm not looking at it. I'm doing something else. And I get offended when people do that. So you'll leave a message. I'll get to it when I have it now. If you invest in one of my premium packages that I have for half price right now at $1,500, then I have a protocol for a communication protocol for those investors, and they know what that protocol is. So that's how we do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have time to get anything done. I refuse to live on my phone. I don't like to text people because my damn hands are too big. And when I'm done, it doesn't say what it's supposed to. So people think I'm crazy. Oh, and I don't like to coach on my phone. So I've had a few people who call me anyway and make me coach on my phone because they think their time is more valuable than mine. They don't take the time to go do what I told them to do, so they call me back, and that's fine. I can't make you not call me, but I can show block your ass when I get done coaching on my phone because I don't coach on my phone. So now, if I do choose to coach on my phone, it's going to be someone who's a legal coach or whatever. And that's kind of where I'm headed with the business. I want to start helping more coaches, help other people so that we can get more shit done. So you're welcome. And this is why I do this. It made my day to wake up to Suzette's thing here. She got default judgment, and they failed the order. Well, I don't think she's getting ready to fill out the papers for the default judgment. I think is the way I understand this, but I'm sure we'll hear some more from her in the near future. So, Suzette, if you were here or see this, give us an update next week. That'd be nice. You could come on the show. I'll send you a link, and you can come on the show and be in a little window up here. That would be cool. Okay, guys, thank you for the value of sharing your time. I need to go get back to work before I have to write myself up for slacking. Then I have to go to his website and get some documents to serve on my boss. On my boss, my ass. I'll see you guys in the next live stream, and keep it real. Keep punching.